I'm not sick anymore, so I can finally finish this video. So for the first step I actually want to give is that you can heal yourself with Archangel by pressing X when you have your class ability out. Some people still don't know this because for some reason it is hard to find it stated clearly anywhere in the game. If it is, please inform me. I'm all for it. But anyways, healing yourself with Archangel's ability can be useful if you want to, heal yourself, or if you have the benefits of the priority survival specialization in the Archangel tree. You can get the benefits of things like the adrenaline before you fight a tough enemy like a mini boss. Like in this instance, I self-healed to get the adrenaline buff for 50% extra damage and some damage resistance before shooting the mini boss. There are other combinations you can do with the other specializations like faster reloads, more damage reduction, some death prevention, and so on. So go play around with it and see what suits your playstyle, since you won't find what you like until you try it. Another thing that's not explicitly stated unless you went out of your way to go in the Creedbreaker Discord is getting the 4 extra skill points for 20 out of 20. To get 2 of the skill points, you will need to defeat Night Demon on a hazard 20 while not dying during the event. To get the other 2 skill points, you have to do the hazard 40 event without dying. I will put the official Discord in the pinned comment and in the description. Also, don't ask if I'm making a Discord server because I don't trust myself to look over it, and I'm usually lurking about in the Creedbreaker or Decaying Winter servers anyways. Since we are kind of on this topic, I might as well mention that the easiest way to do Night Demon safely on Hazard 20 is to activate anchors to do a percentage of the boss's life. The activated anchors cannot kill Night Demon, so people usually activate all the deactivated anchors first, then do the rest of Night Demon's health with guns. Or just let someone hit the boss with the funny red sword while you ponder the thoughts of your existence. Anchors are also pretty useful in Hazard 40. You can actually use the anchors to stall and stop anything from spawning. Each anchor that you activate makes any spawns not happen for 10 seconds, and since we have 5 anchors, that's up to 50 seconds extra you can have anomalies not spawn. Take example this clip in the background. I activated the anchor at 340, which causes nothing to spawn for 10 seconds. Keep in mind, activating an anchor earlier does not add on to the time, which is why I do it in around 10-second intervals, which in this case was around 330. Even in Hazard 80, anchors still have a purpose. You remember how activating anchors can do a percentage of Night Demon's health on Hazard 20? It can do the same thing to the BSD operatives. So, if your team doesn't have enough damage, hit the anchors. Or, if your team is a bit more coordinated, you can save the deactivated anchors for more dangerous or tankier BSD operators. Did you know you could just move away from the shop to get the menu off your screen? Some may do this subconsciously, but I still see some people close the shop manually. Moving out of the shop is very useful if you don't have insanely fast mice micro like some of these FNAF challenge runners, and need to get out of harm's way while you are in the shop. I use this myself quite often, and it is almost needed in high hazard runs if you don't want to get instantly deleted sometimes. Not the craziest tip, but I feel like enabling the lower view model in the settings helped me a lot. This just helps me see things better with some weapons, because some weapons are so big they take up like half the screen sometimes. And having more of your screen is a good thing for most of you, I hope. If you have read the description of H.WORLD Transmitter, it states all interactions are now completed in 0.5 seconds. Which is technically not true for this one instance, which is uncorrupting anchors. Although, it does actually affect that process. Take a look at this example of someone uncorrupting an anchor with and without H.WORLD Transmitter. The person with H.WORLD finishes uncorrupting the anchor in 12 seconds compared to the person without it being 15 seconds. If you have played enough Creedbreaker, you should all be familiar with. You can see them with the laser on your gun if you brace aim. Take this clip for example, you can actually see the reticle change to red as the laser crosses over them. You can stall the timer during the intermission phases that happen at the end of every 10 hazards. Simply have half of your team sit on top of the extraction circle and get off of it at the last second. You can do this repeatedly, and this is just useful if someone needs extra time to go to the bathroom or whatever they gotta do. Did you know you could have two of the same gun? You can do this by buying and equipping the derivative of that weapon you want. Although, keep in mind, some guns don't have derivatives. So, do this with weapons you really like, or if you are silly, you can do some shenanigans like Volga swapping, which is a topic for another day. Reckless Rhythm is actually a fairly decent defensive option that I originally thought was bad. Here, take a look at a side-by-side comparison. I originally thought 33% wasn't much, but when you consider seeing it visually, it is actually kind of crazy. Next is Parrying, which is kind of inconsistent from my experience, but for people who are more knowledgeable than me on this topic, feel free to pitch in on this. Parrying can save you from damage you would have otherwise taken. The simplest way I can explain how to do it is to simply shove when you are in perfect range to hit a shove, and stun said enemies anyways. If a parry has successfully happened, you will hear this noise. If done correctly, this will usually grant you no damage taken from that incoming hit, and any other subsequent hits that come after for 0.5 seconds. Keep in mind, some enemies ignore parries like Shredwalkers. You can parry attacks without looking at them, so it isn't a bad idea to shove with your melee out if you know you can't kill whatever is in front of you. This can save your life on many occasions if you do it right. Since parrying depends on various factors like ping, I think this should be a last resort option if you can't kill or dodge whatever's in front of you. That's pretty much all the tips I have for now. If you have any more tips you want to share or want to clarify anything I said, leave it in the comments. I might even add you in the next video if the tips and clarification are good enough. Although, no promises on when anything is uploaded because this is just a hobby of mine, so alright, bye.